So hey there, I'm going to do another fragrance first impressions video, because I just got another fragrance again, and one that I haven't ever smelled before, never seen in stores or anything like that. This is an old one. It's Vetyver by Givenchy, and I was kind of thinking of getting it for a while, but I never really seen it, and I think it was maybe a little bit more expensive, but now I find it for like around $50, so I figured I wanted to get it because my Vetyver Guerlain is pretty much empty. I have two other Vetivers, so I have Vetyver Guerlain. That was the first one I got, I think, and this is the second one I got, which is Vetyver Carven, and they're both really nice. They're both older ones from like the 60s or the 50s. This is Vetyver Extreme, and I got this one just because I was thinking to try it out, and this one I don't like as much as the other two, but anyways. So the trifecta one, I guess, that I want to get is the Givenchy one. It's going to be a first impressions review. I never smelled it before. So, open it out of the box. I just got it like 5 minutes ago from the mailman. And here it is, Vetyver Givenchy. See what I get out of this one. I don't really know what to expect. I kind of do. I mean, Vetiver, so let's try it. It's Vetyver Givenchy. So this one, Vetyver Guerlain, I really like. It's like this one is like green. It's a little bit roughened, sort of, just a full-on sort of green vetiver smell. It's really nice. This one, the Vetyver Carven, is sort of a resiny vetiver with some floral elements and like a sandalwoody amber in the base in it, and it's got vetiver too. So it's kind of like a melange or a bouquet. One thing this does have up front is a kind of a sort of it almost kind of seems like an old school sort of bitterness, and I think it's from grapefruit. It says that they have grapefruit listed, so it has bitterness, resinous up front. But this Vetyver Extreme, this one I don't quite like so much. I mean, you get the vetiver and stuff, but it's kind of it's not really complex. It's kind of, you get sort of almost like a resiny, sort of incensey, lemony type of scent. I think it's frankincense. I think they have that listed in here. And then you get kind of like the vetiver that goes along with it, and maybe like one other sort of warm sort of ingredient, and that's kind of it. It's not really complex or anything, but it is Vetiver, so, and I bought it, so I'm going to use it. Here's the final one, Vetyver Givenchy, the one I'm going to try it. So let's see how it smells. There we go. It's in the new bottle. I have the Givenchy's Iris, which is in this bottle too. I guess that's an older school 80 scent. I don't really like that scent quite that much either. But anyways, I like Vetiver, so let's try this. I think I do kind of smell something. A little bit kind of spicy, sort of lemony, almost like a floral type of lemony, but not floral. It's like a lemony kind of, it comes across a little bit like a type of, it smells pretty good out of the cap, so let's try it. It's pretty interesting. I could say like carpet cleaner. A lot of people say different things about Vetiver, like they smell medicinal or it's like a nursing home or something. I could say carpet cleaner with this one. It's good. It's really interesting. I like it. It's kind of quite dry. Has just a really dry, almost kind of spicy aspect to it, but it's not rough. It's really smooth, but it's just really dry. It smells really good. Just really dry, like a really dry carpet or something. Kind of just reminds me of, like, I've laid down on the carpet before and a bunch of times, and the smell of carpet. It kind of, I don't know, it smells like that. Might not sound so great, but it kind of smells like that, like this dryness, sort of carpety smell. Pretty nice. Is it evolving much? No, not really. It's kind of, this is really dry, kind of like a sharp lemony, really dry lemony touch to it. And just really dry, kind of spicy. It seems like some of the other Givenchy scents, like I have a Givenchy Gentleman, the original one, and I have, like I said, that Xyrus one, which I don't quite like so much. But this one kind of, you can almost kind of see like a Givenchy sort of DNA in this. I can kind of smell it. It's like this dry sort of herbal aspect that his fragrances seem to have. Like I know this one does sort of have an aspect like a sort of like that Givenchy Gentleman, the original one, like the dry sort of patchouli-ness in that. It kind of smells like that. I don't know if there's patchouli in here or not, but this smells pretty good. And kind of like with the Xyrus one, that one kind of has like sort of floral woodiness sort of smell. It's not quite that appealing to me. This one's actually quite appealing. I like it. I really like Vetiver, and this is probably the driest Vetiver. This smells super dry. Of course, it's the first time I've ever tried it, and the more I try it, I'll smell what it kind of really smells like all the time, because sometimes when you smell a fragrance for the first time, you kind of pick up on certain things, and then you smell it again, you pick up on other things. But or it could just because it's a new bottle, and maybe new bottles just smell different until after you've used it a little bit, it's opened up or whatever. Like maybe the plastic tube has a smell to it. I don't know, but I don't really smell plastic tubes. It smells really dry. I think this is the driest smelling one out of the three. Like this one has a really juicy citrus up front. I don't really get any juicy citrus out of this. There's a touch of like a lemon in there, but it's not juicy. It's just enough touch that you smell it. But it's besides that, it's just it's probably just a lot of vetiver. It actually does smell quite great. If you like a really dry vetiver, this is probably the perfect one. It's not complex, it's not evolving really into anything. It's just sort of that dryness. It's quite thick dryness. Like I'd say this is way better than the Tom Ford one, because I've tried that one before. I don't own it. I won't buy it because I don't think it's all that great. But that one it does smell really nice, but it's really clear and it's really linear. It has like a really nice citrus and a really nice sort of vetiver, but it doesn't get rough or smoky or anything like that. This one definitely does. It has that rough sort of kind of smoky aspect. That's what I'm getting now. And really, really dry. It's actually quite great. I don't get any, like this one has like some greenery and some nutmeg and maybe like some other like tobacco, I think is one, some greenery aspects to it. This Carven one has a lot of like resins and sandalwood and some florals in it even, and both of these can get a little bit smoky and a little bit the vetiver roughness, but this one is just it's like full on kind of that just dry vetiver, and it's actually pretty nice. I mean, yeah, this one's pretty nice. I mean, it could be like a favorite. I'd say I really like the Guerlain. I like the Carven probably second out of the Vetivers. I smell these are the only ones, and the Vetiver Extreme is kind of dead last. You don't get a ton of vetiver in this really. You do get it, but you get a lot of sort of like, I think it's frankincense and maybe anise maybe is in there or something I read, but it's a little bit churchy smelling to say. But this one's great. Yeah, this one's really nice. It hasn't evolved in anything, so it's really dry. Pretty thick in terms of the dryness, the sort of kind of smokiness almost. And yeah, no juiciness, no. It's just like straight dry vetiver. It's just really good. So, anyways, there's my first impression on Givenchy's Vetiver. That's a nice one. So I'm gonna stick with that one. Yep. All right. So there you go. Check it out.